Good evening, and thank you for joining us here at Live at 5. I'm Kelsey Rushing.
And I'm Haley Gordon. It may come as no surprise that we have a full lineup tonight.
Tonight's show is jam-packed with Richmond County events, local news, sports, and even new businesses in the area.
So let us bring you the news you deserve. Here is tonight's top story. Breaking news from this afternoon, around 1:05 p.m., Cordova Fire Rescue, First Health Richmond EMS, Richmond County Sheriff's Office, and North Carolina Highway Patrol were called out to a one-vehicle rollover. The accident occurred between Osborne and Sandhills Road on Highway 1 South. The driver was the only occupant in the vehicle and was checked out by the EMS and did not have to be transported to the hospital. Authorities advised that the driver ran off the road and overcorrected, which caused the vehicle to flip. The vehicle then landed in the southbound ditch on its wheels. At this time, the accident is being investigated by the North Carolina Highway Patrol.
At 10:10 p.m. Friday night, a call went out to Richmond County first responders that a pedestrian had been struck in front of the Village Mart on Airport Road. Responding to the incident were East Rockingham Fire Department, First Health Richmond EMS, and the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. Upon arrival, units discovered that the male subject who had been hit was in the store at the time of the accident. Authorities confirmed that a vehicle had driven through the front doors of the store and struck the individual who was just inside the entrance to the store. The vehicle then left the scene in an unknown direction. The patient was transported by First Health Richmond EMS to a hospital and then airlifted to another hospital by helicopter where his condition had improved enough to be released from the hospital. Deputies with the Sheriff's Office were searching for the vehicle at press time. The incident is still under investigation by the Richmond County Sheriff's Office.
The Rankin Museum in Ellerbe hosted its annual fossil dig this past weekend, and students found plenty of treasures. Alongside their families, the first 100 students to register, ages preschool to 16, sifted through local dirt and mined for fossils. Participants used a brand new flume, which debuted as a new addition to the museums back in July.
Fossil Fair is about showing all the wonderful treasures that we have here in North Carolina. A lot of people do not realize that this state is one of the most productive in both fossils, particularly marine, but also dinosaur fossils. And plus we have a lot of gemstones. Practically every gemstone can be found here in North Carolina. So we're just trying to get kids excited about science and about the wonders of the natural world around them.
We hope that, the kids will take some of this knowledge with them. We like for it to be educational, but we also want it to be a lot of fun too. And we hope that, they'll take some of this information with them. You never know when one day one of these students that comes to one of these fossil fairs becomes a paleontologist because they attended this.
A lot of times you go to a museum, you see it behind the glass, oh, that's really nice and cool, but to realize that you can find it here and that you can find stuff here that you can take home with you and put in your own collection. And I love that, just seeing children find something that hasn't been uncovered for millions of years and they suddenly see it and like, wow, that is so cool.
Since the incorporation of the flume, the two annual events the museum hosts, a gemstone dig in the summer and the fossil fair at the beginning of fall, has increased the number of participants and intensified the experience. For more information, contact the museum at 910-652-6378.
Richmond County will soon welcome a unique home, garden, and gift shop located next door to Belk in Richmond Plaza. Christie's will hold its grand opening on Tuesday, October 3rd. Owner Christy Paget is seeing her dream of 25 years come to fruition. Christie's offers several select lines of products, many chosen not only for their quality, but also for philanthropic nature of their suppliers for their products. A portion of the proceeds from the sale of a line of mugs called Sips is donated to drill wells for water in Uganda. From each candle sold from the Sandhills collection, $1 is donated to a local food bank.
Paget's belief in the importance of supporting small businesses has led her to partner with local vendors. Among those is Sean Weidman, Southern Elegance, handcrafted in Rayford, North Carolina, Farmhouse Fresh, and Duplin. Christie's will also carry other unique accessories, decor, floral arrangements, gifts, and will offer free wrapping for anything purchased in store, and for a small fee will put together gift baskets. Christie's invites everyone to come check out her shop on October 3rd for the grand opening.
Debbie Spears has taken the opportunity to turn a tragic event into a blessing for others. In July 2011, Spears lost her husband David in a tragic accident. Since then, she has sought opportunities to make her loss count for something, to bring hope out of hopelessness. Spears will sponsor an inaugural In Memory 5K run walk in memory of David to honor his legacy. This event will be held October 12th at Hitchcock Creek on Steel Street in Rockingham and is set to begin at 9:30 a.m.
To register early for this event, go online at runsignup.com, search races in memory run/walk Hitchcock Creek, or sign up on the day of the race, beginning at 8 a.m. Online registration ends October 12th. Proceeds generated will be used as a ministry to individuals or families who have financial needs following the loss of a family member. To read more about Debbie Spears and her journey, read the entire story at www.richmondobserver.com.
In a recent bodybuilding competition, Rockingham native Tom Cox has won men's best overall physique. Cox began to lift weights in high school and loved the focus and independence that this provided more than working on the specific skills he did for soccer. Weightlifting also allowed him to take more control of the outcomes, which became a huge draw to the sport. However, he knew he needed to search further into the athletics and training to find his true fit. At East Carolina University, Cox's focus became health and fitness.
As he helped others through his career, he also continued to better himself. 2 years ago, Cox entered a competition hoping to place for his height, but fell short of the title. On Saturday, September 23, 2017, he entered the same competition and took home the title for his height division and for men's overall physique. Cox has been motivated to better himself since high school, and this win does not change anything. Rather than remaining satisfied, Cox is competing again in South Carolina and is then preparing for one of the biggest national events in Miami, Florida.
McNair Auto Sales will hold its grand opening at its new location at 1026 East Broad Avenue on Saturday, September 30th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Trey McNair stated that the event is a combination of a grand opening and customer appreciation. The event will be a total family affair. Twisted Treats and other food vendors will be on site, a video game truck, games, face painting, giveaways, and a ribbon cutting ceremony. There will also be a grand drawing for a chance to win a free cruise for two. Comment on McNair Auto Sales Facebook page or stop by their new location to enter the drawing.
Richmond Community College is inviting the community to a free concert with the band Classic Journey Live. This is part of the President's Club kickoff celebration on September 28th at the Cole Auditorium. This celebration will begin at 6 p.m. with a short introduction to the club and the benefits of joining, and then the concert. People who come out for the celebration will also be treated to tours of the campus and free ice cream provided by Twisted Treats. To learn more about the benefits of joining the President's Club, visit www.richmondcc.edu/President's Club.
The City of Rockingham Parks and Recreation is holding its 12th annual Trunk or Treat. This family-friendly event will be held at Browder Park on Tuesday, October 31st, starting at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Children must be accompanied by an adult and in costume to participate in the Trunk or Treat event. And we'll be right back for a Tuesday segment of NASCAR and Football Review with Russell Parker.
Hi, I'm Erin McNair, and on behalf of the entire McNair family, we'd like to invite you to the grand opening of the new McNair Auto Sales location, Saturday, September 30th from 11 to 2. At our new location, 1026 East Broad Avenue, we look forward to serve you with greater selection, better facility, with the same reliable and friendly staff you have grown to know and trust. With over 40 years of experience, you know when it comes to buying your van, truck, or car, McNair is the name you can trust.
Papa, Phil, Carrie, Ryan, Trey, Kristen, and the whole McNair family look forward to seeing you as we celebrate the grand opening of our new location, Saturday, September 30th from 11 to 2. We'll see you there.
Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts is a specialty retail store in downtown Rockingham, in the heart of Richmond County. We are all about rustic, farm-style home decor and gifts. We offer a variety of antique, vintage, and new items. We love helping you make your house a home with unique, one-of-a-kind finds. We also have specialty gifts for all occasions.
I'm Kelly. I worked at Champion 4 for 2 years.
6 years.
3 years.
1 year.
I've been at Champion Fort for 13 years.
1 whole year.
15 years.
I'm Jamie and I've been at Champion Ford for 12 years.
I've been here 8 years.
Champion prices, champion service, champion experience.
Get treated like a champion today at Champion Ford. Just down the road from High Prices, championfordlincoln.com.
We are Champion Ford.
Welcome back to Live at 5. Joining us right now is Russell Parker. Well, tell me about what is happening in the world of NASCAR right now, Russell.
So the playoffs is really heating up now. You've got the round of 16 come to a close this Sunday at Dover. And so for 4 of those drivers in the playoffs, it's going to be over for them. And the bottom 4 right now, as it stands, is Casey Kane, Kurt Busch, Ryan Newman, and Austin Dillon. All those guys right now are at the bottom of the 16 drivers in the playoffs, and they need to. Some of them need a win. Some of them need to finish ahead of the other guys to be able to get in. But for guys like Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch, those guys are doing fine because they got a win. They automatically advance to the next round. And then Kyle Larson and Brad Keselowski already has enough points to make it in to the next round. So they're set. And then, of course, last week, this past Sunday, it was Kyle Busch who won, unfortunately. But
we all know how Russell feels about Kyle Busch.
Yeah. And that's all for the Cup Series for now.
And what about the playoffs? What do you have for playoffs to talk about right now?
Yeah, so I think the bottom 4 at the end of this thing, Casey Kane's obviously not going to make it.
Oh, definitely. I completely agree with that.
I don't think he has what it takes right now to really step up and even get into a winning position because he's leaving Hendrick Motorsports and going over to a new team. And I think he's just ready to get out of there.
Yeah, that would definitely hinder him too, having to switch to a whole new car crew, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's chaos when you switch teams. Also, Kurt Busch, he doesn't even have a ride next season right now. And
yeah, that would definitely hurt him too, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And then Ryan Newman, as good as he is at being consistent, I don't think he has it this year to keep going.
I think I have to go with Jamie Murray, was it? McMurray, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have to go with McMurray for that one.
McMurray. Yeah, I mean, you can flip-flop between those two. And also Ricky Stenhouse Jr., he's had so much trouble in the first round. He's always hit. He's had so much bad luck. I don't think he's going to be able to make it.
Did he get in a wreck recently, or was?
Yeah, he actually made contact with the wall. He did that 2 weeks ago at Chicagoland as well. And he's just, like I said, it's so much bad luck going on with his team.
Wow. Who do you think is going to win? That's the main question. Who do you think will win?
Well, I think I can make it a safe bet that I go with Jimmy Johnson, Mr. 7-time now. I think as many times he won at Dover, he can do it again.
I think Martin Truex Jr. because he's already ahead. Yeah, he's already so ahead right now. I think he's going to win. Mm-hmm. Me personally. So we got NASCAR out of the way. Let's go into football. What do you got for us for football today?
All right. I want to back up just a minute. Now, the Xfinity Series and Truck Series, now, those guys, they don't usually get a lot of time. So I just want to give them a little bit of time.
Okay.
They are going next week, not this week, but next week, they'll have their knockout race. 4 of those drivers will be down. But I know Kaz Gralla and Austin Cindric, those 2 guys, they made contact with each other last week. And that's some drama spin up there in the Truck Series for them, too. Because a few weeks ago, Austin Cindric spun out Kaz Gralla.
Right.
And now Kaz Gralla got him back over the weekend. So I thought that was just a little bit of drama. But that's just a little bit of the Xfinity and Truck Series. But we can go ahead and college football now because I want to talk about how Alabama whooped up on Vanderbilt.
Oh, yeah.
59-0.
That was remarkable. It honestly was remarkable because I usually don't watch sports all that much. I don't know if any of you know that. I'm not a huge sports fan, but I'll talk with you gladly. And they clearly, without a doubt, won.
Yeah, I know coming into the game, right after Vanderbilt had their game, and they were undefeated before they came and met us. And one of their players came out and said, quote, Alabama, you're next. And,
did not go well.
Yeah, he needs to get his facts straight because Alabama put a huge whooping on them, 59-0. And the other thing is, Alabama, they sold out their Vanderbilt Stadium more than Vanderbilt fans did.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, it was almost like a home game for Alabama. But NC State was also successful over the weekend.
I know you don't like that very much.
But I know who does, and that is Lance Jenkins.
Oh, yes.
And I know another thing he's very happy about, too. Now, Florida State got beat by NC State 27-21, but on top of that, Duke beat the Tar Heels 27-17. Another happy day for Lance there on that too.
Oh yeah. So you and Lance usually do these picks, correct? So why don't we do our own picks for the college football?
Sure. But we got South Carolina and Texas A&M coming up, and who do you pick on that?
I'm going to say South Carolina because I was born in South Carolina. I was raised here, but born there, so I'm going to go South Carolina.
I'm going to go with, I don't like either team to be honest with you, but that's just the Alabama thing. We don't like any SEC team, but I'm going to go with Texas A&M. I think they can pull it off this weekend.
We'll see who wins. And how about for the next game? What's the next one?
We got number 14 Miami playing against Duke in Durham. I'm going to go with Duke on that game.
Oh, definitely Duke. I have no choice but to say Duke, whether I didn't like them or not, because of my family.
They are on a roll this season, and I
yes.
got to give them credit where credit's due. They're doing very good. But another North Carolina team I like to pull up. How about East Carolina Pirates finally breaking a 12-game win streak against Connecticut, or losing streak, I'm sorry. They lost 12 games in a row, and now this season they finally broke that losing streak, and they beat Connecticut. But now they're going to be playing against their conference rival, South Florida, and they're ranked 18. But I'm still sticking with the Pirates on this one.
You're going to hate me, but I'm going to say South Florida. I'm going to say South Florida. Well, they have good scores for the last two games.
Okay,
so.
yeah, and they are undefeated too.
Oh yeah, so I think they're going to win.
And a big game coming up for the ACC is Clemson, number 2, and number 12, Virginia Tech. Who you got on that one?
I got Virginia Tech, without a doubt. They have good scores. Again, like I said, for the South Florida, their past two games were fairly good. They really were.
I'm going to have to go on the other side here and go with Clemson. I hate saying I'm going to go with Clemson because they beat us last year in the national championship game.
Right.
I got to give credit where credit's due. I got to be unbiased here. So Clemson, I believe, is going to walk out of Virginia Tech Stadium as the winner.
Okay.
And then we also got the Tar Heels taking on Georgia Tech in Georgia. Who do you have on that one?
I say Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech. I am going to go with the Tar Heels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see who wins there.
And then, of course, Syracuse versus NC State.
NC State. They already
You're
won.
not saying that just to keep your job, are you?
Maybe partially, but no. NC State.
I'm going to have to. I don't know how to do that little thing. I'm not going to do it either. NC State, I'm picking as well.
All right. Anything else? I know we got college football, but I think you wanted to talk about NFL as well.
Yeah, I want to put a little bit out there about the Panthers. They're playing against the Patriots, and everybody around North Carolina knows that when Panthers playing the Patriots, you better be choosing the Panthers. But
Right.
I'm not choosing the Panthers. I'm choosing the Patriots to beat Cam Newton and those Panthers.
And you know what? I'm going to choose Patriots too. How about that?
All right, so we're actually on the ball for something here.
Oh, yeah. We're agreeing on something. What about that? All right, everyone. Well, we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be right back after these sponsors. This was Russell Parker and Live at 5. We'll see you after this.
Family Pharmacy has been serving Richmond County since April 2007. and we have enjoyed getting to know our customers since then. We take our jobs very seriously, and will do whatever we can to make sure you have what you need. Come visit us on Fayetteville Road in Rockingham, and we will treat you like family.
With hospice, you guys just outdo yourselves every day. And I really appreciate it. I honest to God don't know what I would do if it weren't for you. The things that you do, I'm in approval of. And thank you. I don't know what else to say other than thank you.
Welcome back to Live at 5. And now for tonight's middle school sports report. The Rockingham Middle School Lady Rockets volleyball team showed teamwork in its match versus Hamlet Middle School. Rockingham won both matches the doubleheader 2-0 by the scores of 25-14, 25-9, and 25-21 and 25-7. Starters for the Red Rams were Houston Leviner, Caitlin Huff, Ellie Buck, Kirsten Gibson, Ariel Norton, and Katie Way, while Rockingham sent Madison Jenkins, Aaliyah Sweeney, Kinley Fry, E.J. Davis, Catherine Dennis, and Joey Stiles to the net.
Hamlet head coach Alex Gardner acknowledged that her team seemed nervous from the start. There were times when the Lady Red Rams' natural talent shined, but the nerves got the best of them. Gardner noted that even with their many mistakes, the girls had just as many bright spots. The Red Rams will travel to Anson Orange and face the Lady Bearcats Thursday at 4 p.m. Rockingham will be at home to host Anson Blue at 4 p.m.
The Richmond Senior High School Lady Raiders golf team hosted its Sandhills Athletic Conference rivals in a tournament at Deercroft Golf Club in Wagram. The results were the same as last week's tournament, which resulted in Richmond coming in third. The top Lady Raider of the tournament was sophomore Haley Miller, who shot a 92. Rounding out the rest of the Raiders were Natalie Davis, Dakota Stevens, and Taylor Graves.
Lady Raiders golf head coach Jeff Ingram said, "We had our moments." Ingram would love for the team to shoot under 400 consistently. If they get under 400, the team could finish as high as second place. The Lady Raiders return to the links Monday, October 2nd at Scotch Meadows Country Club.
The Raider boys soccer team dropped their third conference game of the year 3-2 in double overtime to Hoke County's High School Bucks. It was Richmond senior forward Victor Lucero who got the night scoring underway, as he netted his 8th goal of the season. As the only goal for either team in the first half, the Raiders gave up the first equalizing goal in the 48th minute. As the result of a collision between Hoke's goalkeeper and one of its old defenders, Brett Balcom was able to head in the ball into the back of the net.
The Raiders found themselves back in the lead with 13 minutes remaining in the second half, but soon after, Hoke County scored again. Richmond found itself heading into a 2 10-minute overtime period. 7 minutes into the first overtime, Richmond committed a foul just outside of its own box, which set up Hoke's game-winning goal. With Monday's game being the last of the first round of conference play, the Raiders will need to get rolling if they want to make a push at the state playoffs. Only varsity will play at Purnell Sweat on Wednesday, 27th, with game time beginning at 7 p.m.
The junior varsity team was also in action Monday night and was able to secure a 1-0 win on the road. Sophomore forward Cole Dean scored the match's only goal, coming on a late second half strike. Junior varsity head coach Chris Larson said, quote, "They're showing determination to learn and play at a higher level."
Today's 3-day weather forecast is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Fall is starting off pretty warm. Tomorrow we shall see a high of 92 degrees with mostly sun, and Thursday will be a high of 91 degrees with a full day of sunshine. Friday will cool down to 79 degrees, finally feeling a little more like fall. North Carolina is starting to feel some effects from Hurricane Maria. Along the coast there are winds up to 75 miles per hour and strong rip currents. The North Carolina coast is under a tropical storm warning, but should only expect a little rain and possibly strong winds.
Well, that's a wrap-up for tonight's 36th episode of Live at 5. I'm sure I'm glad to hear about all these events going on in Richmond County.
Oh yeah, we have so many grand openings, and it's very good for a community, and it's just incredible that all this is happening. We'll see you tomorrow for another edition of Live at 5. I'm Kelsey Rushing.
And I'm Haley Gordon. Good night, Richmond County.